Hi, welcome to this week's art vlog. I was recently at an art event where I was drawn towards someone who seemed very confident. She had a great smile and seemed very open. She was sharing a story that was engaging another couple, so I guided my husband toward her table and we sat across from her and her partner. She asked me what I do. I answered that I'm an artist, and my husband added that I started a YouTube channel. Really, she answered. I've been thinking about doing the same thing. I sensed that it was a moment for her that was serendipitous. She's interested in healing arts, which is very different than her career as an engineer. I noticed I was happy to answer her mostly technical questions, but when she asked me about how many subscribers I have, I felt a pang of embarrassment. And I know as I say this, it's actually not a very grateful feeling because it implies like I don't have enough, which is not how I really feel in my heart, which is I'm very grateful for each and every one of you here. I steered away from the topic, preferring to speak more about her, but I made a mental note to revisit these two combating feelings, my embarrassment about what she'd think about me, which felt like an old way of being, and the genuine gratitude I feel for what I do have. More on this in a moment. When I told her I thought she has a lot of magnetism and presence that would be great on video, she surprised me when she threw her head back and laughed and said, "Oh, I know I'm very beautiful." And it wasn't arrogant at all. It was just matter of fact. And I have to tell you, in that moment, I really wanted that kind of confidence. I was kind of mesmerized as I took her in with her no fuss, very short haircut, no makeup, no earrings, and plain white shirt. As the conversation progressed and we talked about her work as an engineer, she seemed to have a very clear understanding of her gifts. She shared how her left brain skills had brought a lot of good in her engineering sector, and now she has a need to share her right brain talents as a healer, as a way to honor them and bring them out into the light. Even her comment, "I know I can help people," felt full. Not full of herself, but more like in her fullness, her cup overflows. I felt like the universe was tapping me on the shoulder saying, "This is for you, pay attention." I'm sharing this because it got me thinking about how many creatives I know, myself included, how we can really take our gifts for granted because sometimes they can feel like a burden. On the one hand, we can create, and also we can be very sensitive and sometimes overly so, which makes dealing with the inner critic feel exhausting sometimes. I know that I am constantly shoring myself up with a practice of self-love that I've mentioned in other videos, like this one, because I deal with deep insecurities. Insecurities that I've learned need my loving attention and acceptance, and this has been the way to taking bolder steps forward, like with creating this YouTube channel. I marveled at the woman that I met because she felt to me to be on another level. Not better than me, but operating from a place of not only honoring her gifts and feeling like they deserve a platform in which to shine, but also unapologetically holding herself with high esteem. After a few weeks of digesting meeting her, I've talked myself into believing that a more loving level of confidence in myself is something I'm deserving of, and I think you are too. And even if you are already very confident in yourself, we all have something that we wish we could have more of. Maybe more self-compassion or more permission to even rest. But sometimes owning the opposite of what we want is necessary first. The idea for this piece was inspired by the woman that I met and also how I like to paint what I want more of in windows in my art, not unlike a vision board. Why I like painting my vision is because it takes a lot more time. There's the before painting time where I'm moving beyond just wishing for what I want and actually going deeper to how I want to feel if the vision in the window comes to fruition. I do my best to focus on that feeling as I paint, but that meeting I had kept nudging me to uncover more, which I can see now are like my building blocks to creating more confidence. but not in the way that you might think. I'm not going to tell you, oh, I just told myself to believe in myself the way she believes in herself. In the past, in similar situations, I felt intimidated by the confidence of others. So in this situation, I would probably have avoided her. I've also found things that are wrong with someone who seems to have it all together as a defense mechanism. I've also inflated myself in what I can do to impress others in this type of situation, and it always left me depleted afterwards and a little depressed because I know that the heart suffers when we are not authentic. I can see that these ways of being all needed my acceptance in order to own my inner confidence. They're all a part of me too, and they needed me to love them. The embarrassment I felt in sharing how many subscribers I have is also rooted in the past, when I often felt shame for not doing better than I was, or being more than I was. And honestly, it just makes me want to crawl in bed with my 5-year-old self, 10 and 20-year-old selves, and hold them all. We don't have anything to be embarrassed about, I want to say to them. I got you. We are wise now. Not enoughness has been on auto replay for years, and now it's time to give it grace and thanks for getting me to this new awareness. Do I wish I could throw my head back and laugh and say, oh, I know I'm very beautiful? Of course I do. I know that my heart wants that for me. And it's something that we can hold as a vision. This reference photo spoke to me because I saw 2 women who symbolized physical confidence. And I saw myself in both of them. As the subject in the photo, I'm a little shy and self-conscious, but with a willingness to express what's in my heart. The one holding the camera, loving what I see in someone else across the table, capturing it and making something beautiful from it that is meaningful to me. This is what we can do as artists. We see the beauty in the world and we have the power to elevate it. Take that in. We have that ability. That's a wow for me. And we can make something good from the burdens that we've carried too. Like this artwork. I couldn't muster up confidence. I couldn't feel it. I had to first feel my way through the discomfort of shame and then hold the hand of that part of me that doesn't want to even share it with you. We're doing this, I told myself, because it unburdens my heart and maybe someone else's, so we can direct our energy towards the good that we have to offer in a confident way, from a way that is true. I think if you asked your talent how best to honor it, it would tell you from the full acceptance of all that you are. I so appreciate that you're here. Thanks so much for watching and listening. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you subscribe to my channel, thank you so much. Happy creating. Have a great week.